Hi, everybody. It is Father Kathy Kaimana, your free range priest, checking my volume. And this is your Monday morning 2 minutes of good news. Also, trying to get you to be able to see the sunshine in my picture, but I don't know if I can. Anyway, so you cannot serve God and wealth. That's what Jesus says in the gospel yesterday that we read. And then he tells a sort of strange parable about a dishonest steward who gets fired. And then he responds by cheating his boss out of the last of his accounts. And then he gets commended for being clever. And so, what the heck is that doing in our Bible? And how is that good news? Well, one of the things that I've always noticed about this parable is that it comes right after the parable of the prodigal son. And so I think that they are linked in a way, and they're very similar in a lot of ways. Both of them are about men who kind of want to go their own way and take care of their own self. Both of them make some really not very good decisions. Both of them suddenly decide and realize that they're in a bad situation, and you hear their internal thoughts. The prodigal son says, I'll go back to my father, and the dishonest steward says, here's what I'm going to do for myself. And that's where their stories diverge. The prodigal son goes back and throws himself at the father's mercy, and what happens? He gets joy and dancing and his father's embrace. The dishonest steward decides to take care of things himself and just take care of himself and not think about anything else or admit his wrongdoing. And he gets a pat on the back for being clever. We can get away with pretty much anything. God is not out to punish us. But the dishonest steward cheated himself. He cheated himself out of that joy, out of knowing the joy of God's forgiveness. You cannot serve God and wealth, but it is God's riches that don't compare. It's good news, my friends. Carry it with you. Blessings.